Jewish Federation isn't supporting AIPAC.
No,
MECA is crazy.
They're part of the
AIPAC is not supporting
conspiracy. Come on, let's come out with the word. Let's hear it. The worldwide Zionist conspiracy.
No, you look at the major Jewish organizations are part of the support AIPAC.
AIPAC is an independent organization.
Excuse me, can I ask you a question?
It's no money to AIPAC. AIPAC raises its own money. It's a separate organization of Christians and Jews. What's that?
The board.
The board of who? The Federation or of AIPAC?
The board of directors of AIPAC.
And what about it?
They support these, and
they support what?
They support these extremist, anti-Palestinian organizations.
AIPAC doesn't support any organization except AIPAC, and AIPAC is a political lobbying arm of Israel supporters in this country.
Of the Israeli government, yes.
Not of the Israeli government.
Doesn't support Israel.
No, you gotta be honest.
Because you believe some crazy theory?
Tell us what you believe.
Although it's more extreme than parts of the Israeli government. I give you that.
If AIPAC was run by the Israeli government, then that wouldn't even be an issue, right? You just said AIPAC is more extreme than the Israeli government. If the Israeli government was running AIPAC, then it would actually not be the case that was true.
But look, what's happening here?
Who funds AIPAC?
Israel is entertaining
people.
Glenn Beck.
No Israelis.
Maybe Israeli Americans.
Let them brought into the Knesset and
I do. I'm a member. Send money.
If he was brought into Congress and given
I'm a person.
There'd be mass outpouring of protests and disgust and everything. But he was brought into Knesset and given housing by a wide range of people. You're talking about propaganda from Palestinians.
What's your point there? That someone who's a supporter of Israel shouldn't go there? I don't happen to agree with Glenn Beck on about 99% of what he says, and I probably don't even agree with him on half of what he says.
He's being supported by the Israeli government and by AIPAC. You can't deny it. Hey, Reverend Hagee had, you probably know, the Reverend Hagee had him at his event. And who was there? 4 individuals from the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, right there, supporting Reverend Hagee, supporting Glenn Beck, and the whole group of people, very extremist, anti-Muslim extremists.
And yet, of course, you don't see any anti-Israel extremists at an event like this now, do you?
I haven't seen that. I have not seen anti-Israel extremists. I've seen these women up here who have a megaphone and they're reading letters from Palestinians. I don't think that's anti-Israel at all. I don't think. Why is human rights in any way? Why is human rights?
Let me ask you this.
Let me finish by speaking what I'm saying. I don't think advocating human rights, for example. Do you deny? I mean, I see these are pictures from a gallery. From the one village that I am told has been bombed. Now, do you deny anything that these? What are you claiming about these? Are you claiming that these incidents don't happen at all?
Oh gosh, no.
None of them happen, so there's no bombing.
No, I'm not.
Okay, so I'm not. So I'm not seeing where it's propaganda. Other than it's presenting a point of view that people don't seem to know about.
Right. So the issue is, number one, a separate question whether these pictures are even drawn by children. Okay. But this is a propaganda show. Okay. And
what evidence do you have of that?
You are perfectly entitled.
But I'm saying if the actual children could draw this in this village and it's realistic in what's going on, how do you know it's a propaganda show? What evidence do you have? What evidence can you show me in print?
There are images there that have never been seen, and that one is directly copied from a poster that's available online by a Palestinian cartoonist who's virulently anti-Semitic. Directly copied with it. Anything.
Which one is that? I mean, the one up there? Oh, the one in the middle? The one in the middle is you're claiming was on the internet. It was copied.
Captions in Arabic, and those are probably what the children did themselves. But some of them were directed by adults. There's a pair of things that I saw when I walked through that have extremely sophisticated technique. My youngest kid just started high school in the digital media program at Oakland School of the Arts. He's an excellent artist, and he can't come up to that level. So they were done by
So
older people. There were a couple of them. I'm not saying the whole thing is fraudulent. I'm saying there are a couple of pieces in there that look like don't belong.
But it's propaganda. It's a show that is designed to promote a particular point of view, and you have every right to have the rent a space and have that viewpoint expressed to the public.
what point of view is it expressing in your view?
In my point of view, it's expressing a one-sided view that the suffering of the children of Gaza is solely the responsibility of the Israelis, when unfortunately the Hamas regime in Gaza that openly calls for the destruction of Israel, that openly quotes anti-Semitic sources like the Protocols of the Elders of Zion, that openly calls for the elimination of any Jewish presence in the land of Israel, is the one that is using its own children as human shields, while it launches thousands and thousands of missiles, all 100% of them aimed at Israeli civilians within Israel. There are no settlers in Gaza. There's one Israeli in Gaza, Gilad Shalit, who's been held incommunicado now for about 5 years. Okay, there are no Israelis in Gaza. Israel evacuated Gaza for
okay. Well, I have to say this is. I have to say that this is a unique side, but I want to. I guess I want to ask you another question that's different. You know, how do you feel? How do you feel? Excuse me. How do you feel about the loyalty oath?
The loyalty oath?
What's your personal opinion about the loyalty oath?
I think any country is entitled for any...
No, how is your feeling about the loyalty oath? Are you supporting the loyalty oath? Yes or no?
For Jews and Arabs applied equally, yes. Absolutely. Any country, the United States requires a loyalty oath of anybody who wants to become a United States citizen.
But this is about I believe in Israel, it's a loyalty oath for all existing citizens.
No, that is incorrect.
It's only for new.
Only for new citizens. And it's the same exact thing as the United States has, so absolutely I support it as long as it is applied equally to all immigrants, whether they be Jewish, Arab, or otherwise.
Do you feel that there's any discrimination in Israel in terms of people that are say, not Ashkenazic Europeans, or do you believe that's a total myth, that there's complete equality, that say a falasha?
Absolutely, yes, there is discrimination, because there is discrimination in every single country in the world, from Afghanistan to Zimbabwe and every
So have you been criticizing that?
Yes, because it's not right.
Does your organization criticize it?
It happens in the United States.
Does your organization criticize it?
My organization? No,
AIPAC.
Because my organization actually is not AIPAC.
Okay,
I'm an AIPAC member. Okay.
And I'm not. I dislike AIPAC.
Right. So he's not an AIPAC member. Our organization exists to stand up and tell the truth about Israel against people who are trying to delegitimize it.
What's the name of your organization?
Stand With Us, San Francisco Voice for Israel.
How many members do you have?
We have, what, about 1,400 right now?
On our mailing list.
Yeah, about 1,400.
They're paying.
We have a little...
No paying members.
No pay.
No.
And we have about a dozen.
So anybody can sign up. That being a mailing list doesn't mean a member.
Jewish Voice for Peace. Yeah, Jewish Voice for Peace claims they have 500,000 members, none of whom have to pay either. Yeah,
I'm
same
a member
basis.
of Jewish Voice for Peace, by the way.
I hope you didn't pay them any money.
Oh God, no.
Okay, good. But you see, but you're a member, okay? So
I want to have one more question. How do you feel about Israel having hundreds of nuclear weapons?
I think Israel has shown that nuclear weapons in and of themselves, as long as you have a country that doesn't use them, are not inherently destabilizing. It's had them for decades now.
So you feel it's completely moral and ethical for Israel to have hundreds of nuclear weapons, and if the United States is saying nothing